Hello and welcome back to Motivation for Monday. Thank you for joining in. We're clicking along this year, already toward the end of March. I'm amazed at how fast things go by. As things go by quickly, we've got a lot of things to remember. In my years of living, I've got a lot of things to remember. I wish I could remember the good and forget the bad. A lot of times I wish I could go back, if I could know what I know now, and do a lot of things differently. But I can't. And if I could go back and do things differently, I'd make a whole new set of mistakes. And I'd probably want to do it again. But one thing I want to talk about in Brooks, I mentioned Brooks. If you've never tuned in before, Brooks Barnes, sitting behind the camera, is like a son to me. Brooks is a good man. His wife, Sherry, I love their 4 children. I love all of them. And they mean so much to me. Brooks and I were talking before we started this one. And I say, Brooks, I have a quote. Well, all I have to do is say, I have a quote. And he'll take the quote. And because not only is he a videographer and a photographer, but he's a computer expert. I mean, master of computers. So we were talking about this and how sometimes we think, like I said, if I could just go back and change, but I'd make the whole thing mess up again, probably. But Oscar Wilde, in his play A Woman of No Importance, said this: every saint has a past. Every sinner has a future. And I love the quote. I'm not sure of the context of it in the play, but I love the quote because I relate so much to every sinner has a future. Sometime I still wonder at times when I just really blow it. Say something I shouldn't say, do something I shouldn't do, not do something I should do, or not say something that I should. I think, Lord, why do I do that? Why is that? And I think, but I have a future. Because even when I sin, God has forgiven that sin through Jesus Christ, His only Son, who died on the cross and shed His blood to take away all my sin and yours and all our guilt and shame. And I hate to say it, but some of those days that I'm feeling pretty good, and I think, well, I did that. I went to speak. It went pretty well. I got to talk to some people about Christ. Some people indicated they trusted Jesus. And I don't dwell on it. But I have to remember, that's by the grace of God. Because when I remember my past, I go back and thank God again that I once was lost, but He found me. And now I'm saved, but I still have a future. In Christ, we have a future. So many people have never come to the Lord. So many people have never received Christ, and they think they don't have a future. But when we let people know, anybody that you look up to, anybody who lives what we would call a good life, that they do great things, they have a past. They didn't always act that way. They didn't always do it. Whatever we do, wherever we are, it's all by the grace of God. Paul said it, for by grace you're saved through faith. That not of yourselves is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. Ephesians 2:8-9. We thank God that once we were lost, now we're found. We were sinners, now we've come to Christ. And every person who is in Jesus Christ is a saint. To know Christ makes us the saint. Not by the life we've lived or what we've done, although we do want to live a good life. We want to live a life of obeying the Lord and trying to please Him. after we come to Him. But let's never forget where we came from. Let's never forget every moment that we are here by the grace of God, and we can do nothing apart from the strength and grace and mercy and goodness of God. Jesus said in John 15:5, without me, you can do nothing. So today, as we seek to do good, as we seek to not yield to some temptations, let's remember that we can do nothing without Jesus Christ. But with Him, we can do all things through His strength. Thank you for joining in. See you next time.